stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
I'm almost done. All right, now I'm done. I'm done. I saved $30 doing it, so it takes me a couple extra seconds just to add to another group and blah blah. Hey, Paula, good to see you. Good to see you. We got another person on too. Can you say hi? Say hello. Let me know that you're here. Otherwise, I don't know until later. But I do appreciate everybody that watches, everybody that listens, whether you say hi or not. Yeah. So it says Facebook user, and I don't feel like guessing today. That's the other thing I don't like about this. So anyway, all right, let's get started. So we live in what I like to call the microwave age. Hi, Tracy. Welcome. Just give you an idea of what we do if you haven't listened to it before. I usually go live once or twice a day, sometimes more. Even when I say I'm not going to for a week. And I do a daily reflection, or I pick a topic or something that we can discuss. Today I'm going to talk on instant gratification, why we even have instant gratification. Okay. So, Dion, why is it that our brains hate us so much? Why is that? Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to think of your brain like a computer. The outcome, unless you give it a different algorithm, your outcome is always going to be the same. So the cards have been kind of stacked against us in this area. Number one, we have a brain that has an obsession for an addiction, right? And what it's doing, like let's say you have a drunk dream or a using dream, right? What your brain is doing is there's something going on, or you're changing, right? And change is uncomfortable. So your brain is going for instant gratification. That's what alcohol did for us, right? When I first logged onto the internet, it took me a day and a half to download my first picture. Okay. You know how much money that cost me? Because back then you paid by the minute to be online. You've got mail. You've got mail. Right? But as we get more and more into this age, even I get caught up in it. Well, why isn't it posting to the groups faster? Why isn't it doing this? I need that gratification. It is just your brain seeking out alleviation. So what are we going to do about that? Okay, we got to retrain the brain, retrain the membrane, and chain in the brain. First thing that we need to do is accept the fact that we can recover from insanity. And yes, it's actually a step. You have to believe the fact that you can be restored to sanity. If you don't give yourself that chance, you keep calling yourself crazy, you keep calling yourself names, you will be that person. I know, because I called myself Mr. Asshole for a long time. And I stopped. Why? Because I'm not. I am not that person. That wasn't the true Dion, man. It can be really, really hard to face this because you're going to be talking to somebody you haven't met yet, and you're going to have to live with that person. So I wanted to drink. Yay, Freud! I wanted to read out of the page 151 in the big book. Just so you guys know, there is no difference between the first, second, third, or fourth edition in the first 164 pages. Whoop. Okay. See, there it is again. Instant gratification. What just went through my mind was if Restream could get their shit together. See, and there goes my camera. Oh, here we go. Restream's like, talking shit. I'll just turn your camera off. See if we could get this fixed real quick. I need a new camera. Yeah, it's not reading it. I'll try it again here in a second. Let's do some reading. For most normal folks, drinking means conviviality, companionship, and colorful imagination. It means release from care, boredom, and worry. It is the joyous intimacy with friends and the feeling that life is good, but not so for us in those last days of drinking. I'm trying again. It says it sees it, but it's not. Maybe you guys can see me, maybe you can't. See, this is the problem I'm having with them. There we go. Gosh, man. All right. It is the joyous intimacy with friends and the feeling that life is good, but not so with us in those last days of drinking. The old pleasures were gone. They were but memories. And here it is. Here it is. Hey, Chris, good to see you. They were but memories. Never could we recapture the great moments of the past. I'm actually going to. Okay, thank you, Paul. Actually, I do need to know that because when I write them and tell them, I'm gonna make them give me some money. All right. They were but memories. So I'm gonna use AA meetings. Hey Jill, I didn't know you were on. Hi, Jill. Hi Gary. Hi Chris. I'll just say hi to everybody again. Tracy, Paula. So I'm going to use the AA meetings or our meetings when coronavirus happened. Okay. It will never go back to the way it was. Ever. Zoom meetings are here to stay. I'm telling you that. Right? There's no reason for them to go away. There's a lot of times I don't have time to hop in my car and get to a meeting. And I do prefer. I've really been enjoying my in-person meeting. At noon, but things keep happening. I can't get over there. So consistency, that's got to be there. But all right, so we can't recapture the old past. So that feeling that you had when you first started drinking will never be able to be recaptured again. But we will hunt it down the rest of our lives for instant gratification. That means that we're going to feel better now. Did you know that there's an answer to that doesn't involve any drugs or alcohol? There is. Never could we cut. There was an insistent. That means an insistent yearning to enjoy life as we once did, in the heartbreaking obsession that some new miracle of control would enable us to do it. There was always one more attempt and one more failure. And so, what it's saying in this is, or I'm trying to match it up with the instant gratification is what I'm doing. Our brain is just always looking for that easier, softer way, and you're not going to be able to change it until you make a decision. You're going to have to make a conscious decision that you don't want to live this life anymore. And I don't care where you're at in your program. There are probably things in your life right now that you're going through with that, where you still feel like you're a baby. I go through it all the time. This is growth, right? So we claim spiritual progress. People get so stuck on the second part that they forget to do something. They forget to claim spiritual progress. How do you claim it? Thank you, God. I see it. So that's it. But if I have instant gratification going on in my head, I can't see the forest for the trees. I have to be relieved of that. And I only know one way to do it. That's a higher power. The less people tolerated us, the more we withdrew from society, from life itself. The end of my drinking is a George Thorogood song, I Drink Alone. And for good. The reason I drank alone was for good reason. So even at the end there, my wife wouldn't, if I had been drinking, she'd be in the house, but she wouldn't hang out with me. As we became subjects of King Alcohol, shivering denizens of his mad realm, we have a problem with bringing God into our lives, but alcohol is also, it's your old higher power. Shivering denizens of his mad realm, the chilling vapor that is loneliness settled down. It thickened, ever becoming blacker. Some of us sought out sordid places, hoping to find understanding, companionship, and approval. Yep, we put ourselves in dangerous situations for approval from dangerous people, and they're not going to give it to you unless there is something that you are bringing to the table, right? They were always my friends till I'm not buying. Momentarily, we did. We might get it, but it's still being fooled. You're being used, actually, at this point. Then would come oblivion and the awful awakening to face the four hideous horsemen: terror, bewilderment, frustration, despair. Unhappy drinkers who read this page will understand. Now and then, a serious drinker, being dry at the moment, says, I don't miss it all. I feel better, work better, having a better time. As ex-problem drinkers, we laugh at such a sally, smile at such a sally. We know our friend is like a boy whistling in the dark to keep up his spirits. He fools himself. Inwardly, he would give anything to take half a dozen drinks to get away with them. He will presently try the old game again, for he isn't happy about his sobriety. He cannot picture life without alcohol. Someday, he will be unable to imagine life either with alcohol or without it. Then he will know loneliness such as few do. He will be at the jumping off place. He will wish for the end. I've gone through all of this. Waking up, asking God, why the fuck am I still alive? Why am I still here? I tried and I failed. Of course, I was committing suicide on the installment plan as it was, and if I would have kept on going, I would have achieved that goal. But my goal is different now. My goal is to die sober, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to speed up a little bit here because we're hitting at 13 minutes. So we have shown you how we got out from under. You say, yes, I'm willing, but am I going to be consigned to a life where I shall be stupid, boring, and glum, like some righteous people I see? I know I must get along without liquor, but how can I? Have you a sufficient substitute? Yes, there is a substitute. Okay, this is where we're going to replace that instant gratification. This is where it's going to happen. And Jill got to me before this because she knew what I was talking about. Delayed gratification. Is it okay to delay it? Yes. Okay. And you can do this with your emotions too. You don't have to just use alcohol. All right. You can do this with your emotions also. Let me finish this and we'll get into that. Thanks, Jill. I love it when people start answering it before I bring it up. I love it. So, okay. Yes, there is a substitute. It is vastly more than that. It is the Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous, or OA, or any of the A's. There's also Recovery First. There's a lot of stuff out there. So AA is not the only way to get sober. Great. You're still going to do the work. Even in non-secular groups, you're still going to do the work. There's still going to be something bigger than you. So I was sitting with a couple and they were getting ready to get married, and they claimed themselves as being atheists. And they were talking, and they were saying how life had brought them together, and that it was destiny. I told them, how can it be destiny? You don't believe in God. That pissed them off. My best friend's wife did not like me anymore after that. She didn't like me before. He doesn't like me anymore either. So, all right. Your imagination will be fired. Life will mean something that lasts. The most satisfactory years of your existence lie ahead. Thus, we find the fellowship, and so will you. All right. So, this is where we bring in changing things. And I'm going to use delayed gratification. Oh, wife's on too, huh? Oh, delayed. Oh, thanks, Shannon. Bitch. Hey, at least you got both bathrooms. Thank you very much, honey. Oh, man. Come on here to get a honey to-do list. I'll do it Wednesday. This is how my wife and I are all the time. So, yes, using delayed gratification to get what it is that you need. Well, I want to drink. I want to drink. Can you wait till tomorrow? Maybe things will change by then. How about an hour? Maybe I could go hit a meeting and see how I feel after that meeting. Or you could utilize think, think, think. So think that through. What's going to happen if you take the drink? Is it worth your sobriety date? And then we learn and we get to the point where we realize that our feelings are our own and we need to own them and that we are very responsible for our feelings. I hated hearing that. Well, they did this and they did that. Well, who the fuck is they anymore at this point, right? See, when I'm so busy looking out here, I don't look in here. And I have to stop doing that. So there again, why do we have instant gratification? Because we were born that way. So between society and the fact that we are born with this disease, cards are stacked against us, man. That's why we're considered miracles. If it happened to everybody, it wouldn't be a miracle in some people's eyes. Yeah. Yeah, people can be jerks. I can too. No. But it's hard to be living with other people who constantly have a bad attitude, right? Yeah, that can be tough. I've been there. That's kind of where Chris is at. But he has you there for a reason, Chris, and you know that. You know that. Just, continue to be who you are because you're all beautiful people. Let go of that having to have something right now to make me feel better. I utilize God in this a lot. Let's say I'm upset with somebody. I don't get that, Chris, that you have to. Okay. Forgot where I was on that. So, instant gratification. Yes, the turnaround. On the cards are stacked against. There he was. Okay. You have to get your homework done now. This has to be done now. This is, heck, we call it fast food. Right? We're even willing to do somebody else's job. Yeah. Do you use the checkout lane at the grocery store? Yes. Instant gratification. Because I'm important and I have to be somewhere. Here's the thing. You were so busy getting through that line that you missed an opportunity in aisle 2 to help somebody. That's an example. So let's say I'm upset with somebody, right? I'm going to give them 10 minutes of my time in my brain, and then I'm done. That was something my mom taught me, because give it a time limit. From there, God, it's not mine anymore. God, it's not mine anymore. So, all right, guys. I think that's going to be it. I have some floors to clean, apparently. So, all right. I love you guys. Peace out and have a beautiful Sunday.